Easy go.
Hey, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy SMTD Drizzy here, and as you can see, we are doing a mock draft, fam. So, me and my homie SMTD Fate, we did a mock draft, and we had Kyler Murray going at number 1, and in the little 2 minutes they gave you before the next pick, I'll give you a little bit of some facts. I know it has him in a Patriots uniform. That's just the coach I had selected at the time. Kyler Murray, he's a little bit undersized. Everyone knows that. But the man is still a beast. I mean, seriously. The dude has an amazingly strong arm and is super mobile. With the piece that he'll have on his team known as Larry Fitzgerald, you all know him. Don't even act like you don't. With that piece being there, he will do just fine. He won't have any problems. I feel like he won't have any problems. And he also played baseball, so he's got like this, I don't know, it's like a knack that baseball players have. They can think like before like the play even happens, which is a really good trait to have as a quarterback. And the Cardinals, they really, really bad need a quarterback. Like, they need one bad. So, with that being said, we are going to move on to the second pick. And while I was doing the whole explanation, as y'all already seen, I'm going to throw in highlights, so y'all don't just sit there and look at me. Now, we have the San Francisco 49ers picking Nick Bosa. We chose him to pick Nick Bosa. We chose them to pick Nick Bosa, even though he had an injury and didn't play most of the games in his last season. The man is still a very good defensive end. But get this, not only this, his stats, even though he was hurt, were still okay. The man had 8.5 sacks in his sophomore season when he played 14 games. But in his injured junior season, he got 4 sacks in 3 games. His potential is through the roof. I honestly think if they don't draft them, they're making a mistake. And with that, we're on to pick number 3. Hold on. Now I gotta find this guy. There he is. And with that one, with this pick, we have Josh Allen, who is a stud. I mean, I don't think there's much people can say wrong about him. I mean, he's a senior, and he has forced 11 fumbles in his career, 5 in his senior season. And he also has 88 total tackles, which I just think is absurd. See, but not only this, the Jets really need to get a better defense. I mean, that's obvious. So of course they're gonna pick a defensive player, and I feel like Josh Allen is that piece that they need. They need a good linebacker just to like command the defense, lead it. He might not lead it in his first season, but he'll lead it in his next couple. Alright. With that pick, we move on to the next one. Hold on, let's go to all players. With that one, we have the stud D-tackle from Alabama, Quinnen Williams. The man had 71 tackles and 8 sacks in his sophomore season. The Raiders almost as bad as the Jets need to get a better defense. I mean, their offense is not good either, but their defense needs more help. Defense wins championships, right, y'all? And like I put in my notes here, I feel like if they don't take Quinnen, either Quinnen wasn't on the board, or they feel like they could take a running back with this pick, because they do have like 3 first-round draft picks, and it's absurd. So with that being said, they could also draft a high running back in any of those picks. So I feel like they're going to take Quinnen, because Quinnen's not going to stay in on the board for very long. He's going to get drafted pretty high. And then with the next pick, we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And let me flip my notes over. They get... Oh boy. Okay, I gotta scroll down real quick. They get the linebacker out of LSU. The field, even Madden said it itself, the field general. The Bucks defense is really sus right now because of the fact that they traded their linebacker away. So they need a defensive leader and a good linebacker, and I feel like Devin White just fits that role. The man had 3 forced fumbles and 123 total tackles. That is most definitely some leader type stats. Serious up. That is some really good stats. And then with that one, we are off to the New York Giants pick. Now, this one could be one of 2 players. I'll show you the other one I think I can find him. I'm not gonna look too hard for him. Yeah, no, wait. It could be Ed Oliver, because they do need a D tackle. That's the one that SMTD Fate, or I'm not SMTD Fate, the one that I chose. But after talking to him, he thinks they're gonna take Dwayne Haskins because of the simple fact that Eli Manning is getting washed up. I mean, not washed up. I mean, he's just getting old. So I feel like they're gonna bench him for a few years and let him learn off of Eli, and then he's gonna become really good, because he is a non-mobile pocket quarterback. See, but I usually don't like those type of quarterbacks, but Dwayne Haskins is the exception, because the dude has an extremely strong arm. And anyway, a mobile quarterback does not fit with the Giants' play scheme at all. They need not a mobile quarterback. They need a pocket quarterback, because they would pretty much have to change their entire scheme, because they usually have Eli, and Eli is not mobile at all. So if they draft a mobile quarterback, that's just not very smart, because they would have to make new plays so the quarterback could get out and move a little bit. And he also threw 4,831 yards with 50 touchdowns. That's more than Kyler, who threw 42 touchdowns. This man is a beast. Now, with that, the Jags are up, and they pick TJ Hawkinson. The man is an amazing all-around tight end. He does basically everything right. He can catch, he can block. And another piece to this puzzle that makes it so beautiful for them to draft TJ Hawkinson is they just signed Nick Foles. And Nick Foles I'm not gonna say needs. He does better with a catch first tight end than he does without. Think about when he played with Travis Kelce and when he played with Zach Ertz. The man is a beast when he has a tight end. Of course, any quarterback should be a beast with a tight end who can catch the ball. But Nick Foles he definitely improves whenever he has a tight end that can catch. All right, with the Lions on the board, they receive this. They receive a cornerback. You would think it's not Greedy. It is Byron Murphy. The man is a hard-hitting, lockdown cornerback. The man destroys any receiver in his line of sight. If a receiver catches the ball, they'll be lucky to keep the ball in their hands after getting hit by this dude right here. The dude, I think he had like, I want to say 38 tackles, total tackles, or somewhere around there. Somebody else might have 38 tackles. He had a good lot of tackles and 4 interceptions. In college, those are pretty great stats, right? And of course, knowing that it's the Lions, they basically need an entire team, let's be honest. But, you know, defense wins championships. So in order to improve, I feel that they will start in their defense. Alright. On to the Bills. Now, I'm pretty sure I've seen this guy. There he is. Jawan Taylor. Y'all should already know Jawan Taylor is going in the first round. He is the best lineman I have ever seen. Granted that I haven't really seen too many linemen, but the man seriously protects his quarterback. And not only does he do that, he sets his running back up for amazing runs. And knowing that the Bills, with Josh Allen as their quarterback, they need a better O-line. And I believe they have LaShawn McCoy as their running back. I think. From what I was told from what I was told when I was playing, that they do. And I feel as though drafting a lineman will be a great fit for the Bills. Now, it being Denver's pick, we gave them... Wait, I think I passed it, Art. I think I passed this position. Nope. Devin Bush. The man, he was stated as being the best linebacker out of the Big Ten. You know, he's from Michigan. He's a defensive stud. He had 66 tackles in 12 games played. Those are amazing stats, in my opinion. And the Broncos, they do need a better offense, so I could see them picking an offensive player here. But defense wins championships, so I believe that they will take a defensive player here, and then get offensive players later. And on to the Bengals pick. Now, shoot. Looks like I might have to do some digging for this one. If not, I'll just... Okay, so since I can't find him in the draft that I chose, what is he? Maybe he might have... Oh, that's why. No. Wait. Pause. I gotta find this player. There he is. Wait, did I get his position wrong? Shoot. Okay, cool. So the guy who made this draft, he really just confused me. I thought he is a defensive end, Brian Burns. I was confused there for a second. I was looking in the ends, and he was not there. But we picked Brian Burns for them. The man is just, he is just a beast. I mean, he had 3 forced fumbles and 10 sacks. That's this season, not like career or anything. That's this season. The Bengals desperately need to become a better team, and I believe that their offense is okay for right now. I mean, it does need to get better, but I feel like their offense is workable, but their defense is just no bueno. It's just not good. So I feel as though they're going to take a defensive player so that way they can start improving their defense. Let me flip to my next page of notes. Now, with that being said, they're either going to take Brian Burns or the next guy that we gave to the Packers, Rashawn Gary. Now, he could either go a pick before this or for this pick, but I mean, what else is there to say, man? I want to say he's a little bit on the bigger side, but he's still got some speed. But what he does have is some serious strength. The man, I promise you, the man would get into the backfield before people could think that you would get into the backfield. Like, the man he could shed blocks amazingly. That's not even a word. Literally, he just made his own word because of how fast he would get in the backfield. Now, that is what I feel as though the Packers need on their defense, because their defense is kind of sus, low key. But I do also feel like they might even take a quarterback just because of Aaron Rodgers getting old. But I don't think they're going to do it now. I feel like they're going to do it later in the draft. Now, with the Dolphins being up, they get Jonah Williams, the left tackle. You feel me? Because they need a line. Now, of course. I mean, straight out of Alabama, like, serious up. I mean, if you're drafting a dude out of Alabama, there is no mistake that you are making. Like, Alabama is just great. They got a great organization over there. And the reason why Alabama might be good is because their offensive line is always stacked. And Jonah Williams is a part of that offensive line. He is their stud tackle who allowed Josh Jacobs to do really well and the quarterback to feel safe at all times. I mean, of course. And the Dolphins, they need an offensive lineman that is good, because the Dolphins are not that good of a team, so they need a good good offensive line to help out their team. And, you feel me? This would be a great pick for them. Now, with the Falcons up, these boys take the D tackle out of Houston, Ed Oliver. He is one of the big boys on the defensive side. In 8 games, he managed to grab 54 tackles and 3 sacks. I think this is 54. I might say 34. Which is just impressive. Now, as we all know, the Falcons have a great offense. Of course they do. I mean, Julio Jones. I mean, geez. Dare I name anyone else? Maybe I don't need anyone else. Julio could run that team by himself if he wanted to. So why not increase the defensive power? Serious up. I feel like that would be a wave that they should use. Now, okay. So now we're on to the Redskins, and the pick that I chose is highly unpopular, but it's also really hard to draft for the Redskins because the Redskins are just not a good team. So we gave them Drew Lock, and the reason being is, even though it's unpopular because they already have multiple quarterbacks, is I feel as though they'll draft another because the Redskins have been plagued with so many injuries for so many seasons. So I feel like they're going to do what the Browns used to do and stock up on a certain position. With that being said, that's probably the reason why they have Alex Smith and Case Keenum on the same team. I just feel like that's what they're doing, is they're stocking up on yards. Now, the dude Drew Lock is a beast now. I mean, he has an arm. Dude threw 12,193 yards in his career, 3,498 in his senior season. The dude is a monster. So it wouldn't hurt them to pick him up. I mean, it's not like that's a bad thing. The dude is a monster. And we're on to the Panthers pick, which we gave them. Shoot. I actually forgot the dude. Oh, there we go. Yep, we gave him Montez Sweat. Of course, honestly, I believe that Montez Sweat could have went higher, but the problem is he's a top 10 talent, of course, but he has a curse, and his curse being that he has that heart problem. I mean, the combine doctors literally stopped his participation in certain drills. That's saying something. But then later on in the combine, they noticed that he's healthy and can compete in all of the drills. But even with that, the man got 53 tackles and 12 sacks. The dude is a freak of nature. And the Panthers, if they're going to make a good decision, they need to draft this man to increase their defense, because they need defense. Now, with the Giants being up, I believe that they should take... Where is he at? There we go. They should take Cody Ford. He is another lineman that any team should feel good with having. Any team could. Any team could draft him and be perfectly fine. Now, he protects his QB, but he's more calm and collected. Like, he knows what he's doing. He is a great pass blocker. I think he's a better pass blocker than he is a run blocker. Which makes sense because he played for Oklahoma, and that's Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray's team. Now, especially they need to draft him if they pick up Dwayne Haskins, like we said earlier. If they pick up Dwayne Haskins, they need a beast lineman. And this is the beast lineman that they deserve to get. And not only this, he's not that good of a run blocker, but he can run block. So that's going to help Saquon even more. So this should be who they draft with this pick. Now, next up is the Vikings. Now, we gave I know this dude's a sinner, so yep. I'm gonna see if I can find him, but if not, I'll just throw his name up there. We gave them Garrett Bradbury, who is a center, who is just a beast and a team player, and he's very communicative. He's a great dude. Like I feel like he's a great locker personality, if you know what I'm saying. Which I feel as though that would be good for them. I just hope they didn't draft anyone that I'm gonna need. Yeah, I mean, I feel like he'd be a great fit for the Vikings. And with Tennessee up, they got to get themselves a receiver. Oh, they might have drafted DK Metcalf. God damn it. They did not pick DK though, so we picked Marquise Brown for them, and I ain't gonna lie to you, the man is my most favorite player in this draft. I mean, that's Kyler Murray's #1 option, brother. The man had 1,318 receiving yards, and I think he could have got more, to be honest with you. He's the best receiver in this draft for a reason. And he also had 10 touchdowns. Kyler Murray threw 42 touchdowns. So he had pretty much a fourth of Kyler Murray's. He was a fourth of Kyler Murray's touchdowns. And I feel like the Titans should draft him, as they need more weapons on offense. Their offense is just a little bit sus. I mean, they need some receivers, man. Now, with the Steelers, the Steelers got that. Oh, right now. They got the offense. Even though they lost Antonio Brown and Le'Veon Bell, I still feel like Juju is enough to help them, which they will do some offensive pieces. Don't get me wrong. They're going to do some offensive pieces. Now, they draft Greedy Williams. He is that trash-talking corner that I love, but every other team hates to play against him. And that name, Greedy, is just, it just oozes DB. Yes, man. Now, his best season wasn't this season. It was the season before this one. So in 2017, when he was a red-shirted freshman. That year, he got 6 picks and 38 total tackles. Now, of course, the Steelers would love to have him. Of course they would. Now, I could also see them taking a wide receiver in the next round. I don't see them taking a wide receiver in this pick. I see them taking a defensive player in this pick, or maybe a quarterback, because Big Ben is getting really old. Now, let's see. Hold on. Yep, already did this one. Now, with the Seattle Seahawks, most people know I am a Seattle Seahawks fan. So this one might, it might hurt me if they don't pick this person. Wow. Michael Jordan. I want to see if that's real. Now, if I can't find him, I'll just throw his name up there, because I don't think I'm going to be able to find him. I don't blame the person who made this draft for not doing linemen. I really don't. So they select Andre Dillard, who is a stud offensive tackle that is a great pass blocker. Now, I know what you're saying. Why would the Seahawks need a pass blocker? I mean, their quarterback's on the ground all the time anyway. That's the exact reason why we need a pass blocker. Our quarterback is always on the ground. I mean, I swear, if we don't draft a lineman, if we don't draft him or a lineman, like, if we don't have to draft him, but if we don't draft a lineman in the first round, I'm done. I'm just done. Now, this pick might get a little bit sticky, because I'm pretty sure he was already drafted. Now, let's see. I'm pretty sure I marked him too, because he's one of my favorites. Wait, we're all the way down at the bottom. Jesus Christ. Yeah, it looks like he was already taken. Let's go to wide receivers and double check that. The man that is supposed to be the one that is supposed to be getting picked right here is the man DK Metcalf. Y'all know him as the big dude from the memes. I mean, y'all know him as that dude. He is a surprisingly fast receiver for his size, or at least I was surprised because I didn't know who he was before this mock draft, and SMTD Fate was like, yeah, DK Metcalf, DK Metcalf, DK Metcalf. So I was watching some of his highlights. He's surprisingly fast for being how big he is, and he has great feet and hands. Like he can. Of course, he's a wide receiver. He should be shifty a little bit, and that man can catch basically anything. Like you throw it up, he's pretty much catching it. And I mean, the dude was, at least in college, was ridiculously hard to tackle. Now the Ravens need a piece for Lamar Jackson. And Lamar Jackson is my favorite quarterback. Those two, I feel like those two would make a great connection. Now with Houston's pick, they take. Let me go up a little bit. Nope. Shoot. Okay, come on. Wait. They take Greg Little from Ole Miss. Greg Little, I think he was single-handedly the man that allowed DK to be great. The man went against a ton of tough defenses. I mean, the man played in the SEC, enough said. I mean, now the Texans need him because their offensive line is just crap. I would be surprised if they do not take this player or an offensive lineman. I can see them taking another offensive lineman. Not really, but I could see them taking. They need to take an offensive lineman here, just like the Seahawks do. Right? Uh-huh. Now, with Oakland's pick. Wait. With Oakland's pick, I have them. I didn't already draft him. I'm highly confused. Okay, there we go. I think that fixed it. Yeah, that just confused. That really confused me. I have them taking Noah Fant. He is great. He's just a great all-around tight end who can go up. I mean, the man had 7 TDs as a tight end, which is pretty difficult in college. He's also great at blocking. Now, I feel like he could also go to the Jags, but I don't feel like they're going to take him instead of TJ Hawkinson. Now, the Raiders need a tight end and a running back, but they also have another pick in the 27th, so I had them pick a tight end first, just because I feel like Noah Fant's not going to stay up on the board much longer, and he might even get drafted in between their picks. So we're on to the Eagles pick, who I have them picking. Where is the boy at? There we go. The right end from Clemson. If you asked me to describe this man in 3 ways, I'd say athletic, strong, and relentless. That is from the his highlight reel, the Clemson made highlight reel. I would never use those 3 words. The man gives no regard for human life. The man had 55 total tackles and 11.5 sacks. That is ridiculous. The Eagles need a D-end, and this is the one for them. I believe that this is the perfect D-end for the Eagles. Now, with the Colts pick, we have them picking Jerry Tillery. He's a hard-hitting senior defensive lineman. He forced 2 fumbles and got 7 sacks. Great numbers for a defensive lineman. And the Colts defense is just not. No, it's not nothing to write home about. They need to start rebuilding right this second because it's not hitting. Now, with the Raiders back up, like I already said, they need a tight end and a running back. So why not? Why not take the brother man himself, Josh Jacobs, who is also a part of that unwritten rule of football, which is that any running back that comes out of Alabama, come on now, is goated. Come on, the Alabama running backs. I mean, I'm sure you could name a few that aren't good, but they were good at Alabama. I mean, this man, he just hated being on the grass. I mean, the dude just didn't want to get tackled. 11 rushing touchdowns and 3 receiving touchdowns in a season. That's impressive. I also, like I already said, that the Raiders desperately need one because Marshawn Lynch just retired. Shout out to Marshawn. I'm sure so I won't get fined. I mean, the dude was just a monster. There's no more I can say. And the Raiders, if y'all don't draft Josh Jacobs, y'all are stupid. And with that pick out of the way, we got the Chargers up. Let me go to my all positions. And we gave them the right end out of Clemson. Now this man solidified Clemson's super terrifying defensive line. Him, Clennon Farrell, and Christian Wilkins were their defensive line, basically. Now Dexter, he was a little bit on the I feel like he could have had a lot more tackles if he was on a different team, just because of the heat he had on defense with him. Dexter had 36 total tackles. Now, of course, the Chargers have Joey Bosa, so I could see them taking an offensive player. But like I always been saying throughout this video, defense wins championships. So why not just increase the defensive firepower? Yeah, defense would be terrifying. Wait, is that my phone ringing? Wait, alright. Yo, what's up? No way. You mean there's been a trade? For a first round draft pick? Are you serious? I'm right in the middle of recording this video. My mock draft. What's the trade? Okay, so the Seahawks received this pick? Huh. Interesting. So let me see if I can manage to do that. We're gonna have to do some sneaky investigating. So the Chiefs ended up trading away their pick. Luckily somebody reached out to me in time, cause I probably would have messed up. Hopefully they let me trade this pick though. They probably will not. Oh, they'll let me trade it. So the Seahawks received this pick. Let's go to the Seahawks.
Well, if you're wondering what the delay is, I think we've got a trade coming.
Yes, you do, brother. So who did the Seahawks... So who do we have it down for the Seahawks to pick? We have them picking DeAndre Baker, and which that feels weird to say, because I'm used to us having a really good line. I mean, not line, really good defensive backs in Richard Sherman, but we don't have Richard Sherman anymore, and all that. But we need to improve our secondary because our secondary is lacking. Even though we have a bunch of young guys playing, we have a bunch of young guys in the secondary, and we just need a few more. Just increase the ability for their potential to rise. And I feel as though that we're going to draft a corner, and I hope that it is Dexter Lawrence as not Dexter. I said Dexter Lawrence. DeAndre Baker, because he is a hard-hitting cornerback from Georgia. The man had 83 total tackles with 7 picks. That's his career. Okay, for cornerbacks, because you know cornerbacks, they all talk trash. But compared to the normal cornerback like thing, I guess, he's actually pretty silent, but he's definitely deadly. Now, I feel like that we're most definitely gonna draft DeAndre Baker. Now, with Green Bay in the cut, they take another one. There's another Alabama boy leaving the draft board, and Irv Smith Jr. is gonna be drafted by the Packers because the Packers, they need a tight end. Because just because they need pieces for Aaron Rodgers. I mean, get the most money out of him while get the most bang for your buck while he's still here. But low key, I was watching his highlights because, let's be honest, I don't watch Bama. Because why would I watch Bama? That's such a bandwagon. Even though I like the Warriors in basketball. Don't judge me. But low key, he's kind of quick. He's kind of quick. The man can move. He doesn't just have to truck you. Not saying that he won't, though. Don't test my mans like that. But he's a really good tight end. I don't know if he has the credentials to move up to where the Jags are, but I could see it. Just from me being an outsider. Now with the Rams, I'm going to slap.
Are now on the clock.
Jeffrey Simmons, as y'all already seen because I accidentally unplugged my mic. The man is a stud at D tackle. And he also started off as a D lineman. Like, I don't know. I guess D tackle is a D lineman. I'm just stupid. This man maybe is what they need, because they need Aaron Donald needs a running mate. He needs somebody on the defense with him. Because right now I feel like it's just him. Like, I mean, just to be honest, it really is just him. And with that being said, every Patriots fan is about to eat me alive for this next pick. I have now, with this next pick, all the Patriots fans are gonna slit my throat because I have the Patriots selecting a quarterback. That being, the quarterback is Daniel Jones. Now, Pats fans, calm down. No one is replacing Lord Thanos Senpai. I just feel as though that they're gonna draft a quarterback because Tom is getting old, and this is their guy. He's somewhat of a pocket quarterback, but if you rush him and his receivers aren't open, he can straight up bounce about that bit. Like, he can get right up in there. He can run it. He can pass it. The man is pretty good. Man is really good, and I feel like if he's under Tom, he'll be a stud. And with that ends the mock draft, because I'm not doing a second round because it took a lot to even do a first round. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching. Tell me what y'all think in the comments, and it's your boy SMTD Drizzy, and I'm out. Peace out.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me.